Good evening. This is day 3. For those of you who don't know me, my name is V. Going back, this is day 3 of the challenge where I try to do something new or different every 365 days of the year. So the first day, if you're keeping track or watching what's going on, I tried to learn to build a paper crane. I'll be getting an update to that later when I have a chance to actually sit down and try it again off camera, and then I'll show you all how to actually do it. My first failure was actually more like a paper flower. You can watch that here, if we can here. And starting yesterday, I did something that I thought was a little more interesting by biting one of my cat's tails. Because this is supposed to be a little bit of fun, can't always be boring. If you notice the description of my channel, you saw that I have put on there that I wanted to do something that was kind of philosophical. I said it yesterday. The challenge here isn't actually doing this stuff every day, but figuring out exactly what I want to do. I've had all kinds of suggestions, from drinking a shot of ketchup and Worcestershire sauce, or was it ketchup and soy sauce? I can't remember. To standing on my head and singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," to ironing my own underwear. All things that I have not done, and you may actually see me do at some point in the future if I have my back against the wall. But I really am thinking about things, and I want to do stuff that have a meaning, at least to me, or that might be somewhat entertaining. Though one day might be slower than the other day. So today, I decided that it was third day. I wanted to do something a little less drastic than biting my cat's tail. And something I used to do when I was younger, back in my high school days, was I was a very emotionally pent up young man, I guess you would say. It's, classic teenager stuff. One of the things I did do, though, is I wrote a lot. I did short stories, wrote poems, different things like that. And I stuck them in a book, and nobody has ever seen them but my wife, and she has read them. And this is the actual book from high school that I put them in. I don't know if you can see on the cover here. All these pictures are cut out from Dungeons and Dragons. Decorated the outside. I was the class of 2000. Tried to put page protectors in here. Had some interesting photos, different things like that. There's actually some pages missing because over time I took some out as my interest changed. And something I've never done, though, is I've never shared any of these poems with anybody to the world, I guess you would say. And so I want to put these out there, put this one out there for people, just kind of see what I meant by philosophical. It was a very specific poem that I looked for. I searched for it this evening. I have it here. I wrote this again when I was in high school, and I titled it Life, Past, Present, and Future. So this is my first poetry recital. And if you remember, I talked about having annoying cats. There is one trying to call him back right now. I got him run. If I ever catch him, I'll introduce you to Charlie. So I'm going to read this to you. And I wrote this in the form of, I don't know what this is called, like a cantos maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 sections. It was a certain style of poetry. So, section 1, Life Defined. Look away from tomorrow today, and throughout thine life don't look back to strife. The past is gone forever, never again very clever shall that you once were be, and the world shall turn for thee. The past is gone, history, the present is now thee. The future awaits your coming, and only through thy becoming is yourself defined in life. Life in the past. When you look back at things past, you see only that which will forever last. The past is only memories of your brain, and thus the past shall never be a pain. But some look back and show fright, for that which is becoming a thing of night. Dark indeed has history become with time, darker still shall it forever entwined. The soul of the user, the person inside, is always looking back for answers in mind. Do not look back in fright at memories, for they last, but shall never be remedies. The past is just that, long gone, forgotten. It cannot tease that which is not rotten. If thine soul is pure, thine intentions in heart, your past is there only for the arts. You can look back upon it and see, learn what needs to be done, what needs to be turned. Do not put total trust in the past, for with the present comes new, different task. Life now in the present. Be done looking back at that which is past, and look forward to the here now at last. The present is here, defined by time slipping by, that very time itself hard to define. You are the present, what is now is your life, so cause no harm, no unpleasant strife. Avoid what is bad and continue the good, that as time passes will become a hood. A simple hood, protection against the wind. What you do now is the past again. So the present in which you live now is better if you make it good. Oh, how? Good because the present shall become the past, and then it shall be memories that last. Forever will you live with the present, a curse, but yet a blessing like winning a new hearse. So who you are passes, good and bad, with the slippery time the world had. Take heart and do not flee or look back, for now thee can look into the future with the tip of the hat. Life in the future. Thine past is gone, now memories. Thine present is now, real as fall leaves. The future awaits for thine coming, so close, so far it is, and not very loving. What is to happen is yet as unknown to all in life except those very prone to the fogs of the future that hide the sight of what is to come in time. Think of the future, think of what is to be. Do not think that plans won't scatter, like all things in life that really matter. The world won't stop, time will turn, no doubt, and by next Tuesday, the future is now. Past, present, and future, all three take a bow, for you are weird, all one, all apart, so close, so far, tearing at a person's heart. One is another definitely is one, but the future is different, never done. The future is what you will soon become, and with it, your life defined, never hung. Life, redefined. So you see, it is not so simple to look upon an eye or even a dimple of the past, present, or future, because life is just one big torture. A torture of mystery, a torture of pain, with every aspect of life in the fast lane. Think of life as a nest full of surprises, and do not think of anything that arises. Do not think unless you have one to trust. Do not think until you can handle the truth. Stand tall, stand proud to face life, for life is abound with good and strife. Meet your challenges, enjoy your fun. Do not expect to be very shunned by life, liberty, or anybody else, for life is like a bookshelf. Undefinable, that's how life is, more various than flavors of Pez. The end. I wrote that over 10 years ago as a teenager. Because I've never shared it with anybody. I've never shared any of my writings with anybody, other than my wife who actually read it. So I've never actually done a poetry reading. So that was my new experience for day 3 of the 365 days of something new. I don't know what's coming tomorrow. I have a long weekend, so I have 2 more days off, and I'm going to be trying to plan out what my goals for the next week or 2 are going to be. And about every other day, hopefully I'll have something more interesting than a poetry reading or folding cranes. maybe something more along the lines of biting a cat's tail, which is just kind of silly. But I'm here to share, and as you can see from my poem, I am a little philosophical, and hopefully the things that I come up with will inspire or help people think more about life and what it means to them. So have a good evening and good night.